coaster that can go down the track and rotate about this axis at the same time that it's doing all the other things. So maybe you can go into a loop. Instead of going up over the top, you get on top and you just turn over and end up right side up all of a sudden. And some other wild gyrations, more like airplane acrobatics.
After years of design work, from sketches on paper to computer graphics to scale models and now to reality, it all comes down to this, the day of the first test. For Ron Toomer and engineering director Dal Freeman, 3 years' work are at stake.
Isn't that beautiful? You gotta come up just a little. Just wire up a little bit. Give him the easy.
No one knows if the coaster will work, and it's much too chancy to put passengers aboard for the first run. Initial tests will measure speed, acceleration, and G-forces in an empty train. If the pipeline actually works, Toomer hopes it will be the prime attraction in amusement parks for the next decade. In the U.S. alone, these parks count 250 million visitors every year. With speeds over 70 miles an hour and 20-story drops, today's coaster is the prime draw. A draw with sadistic names like Ninja, Vortex, Shockwave, and Montezuma's Revenge. There are nearly 200 of these coasters across the country, and nobody's too young to get started.
Six Flags Magic Mountain, along with
across America, folks are willing to line up for 3 hours just for a 3-minute ride. And then there are the real fans.
Coaster enthusiasts will orient their vacation times around roller coasters. Instead of going to see the Swallows in Capistrano, we'll go see the Colossus at Magic Mountain or the Vortex at Kings Island or wherever it is that we might care to go. We've formed a club called the American Coaster Enthusiasts, which is actually a misnomer. We're proud to say that we have members in 15 countries throughout the world, and we have more than 3,000 members. And it's an organization formed to increase the appreciation, the enjoyment, and the preservation of the roller coaster, something that we think makes our life on Earth just a little more enjoyable.
It's just fun. It's just going fast.
Get married on a roller coaster, have my birthday on a roller coaster, do business on a roller coaster.
I am fascinated by anything on rails.
You can have a lot of fun in a small amount of time, and you can do the same thing over and over again.
Some people pump iron when they're mad. Some people just walk along the beach. I go to the park. I think it's a lot better than ripping and running the streets and just getting in your car wasting gas.
Like going down a fast elevator, or porpoising in an airplane, or riding a motorcycle on a windy road, just right on the edge, almost out of control. You know, you have that feel of freedom, you know, where you're just on something and you're just alone and you're just riding and you really don't care what else is going on.
Psychologists have actually speculated that there are little t and big T types of personalities. Little t people are those who the chemicals in your brain or the neuroses or whatever, the psychoses that we all have, that there are people who don't require quite as much stimulation to get excited, to get motivated through life. And then there are big T types of personalities, those who require a lot of stimulation, a lot of adrenaline rush to get excited. And those are the kind of people who might seek roller coasters and amusement parks and skydiving and mountain climbing or whatever.
Everybody has to have a hobby.
You got to go from state to state, from ear to ear, and from park in to park in. You can't just stop in one ride. You got to give it all.
It's obsessive, but who cares? I can do this every day for the rest of my life.
Seatbelts on. handle's gripped, hat is on. Hey, lean left, okay? And have yourself a good ride. Watch that first drop, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's the worst one.
Kim Peterson took his obsession with roller coasters right into his own backyard.
Okay, Mike.
This is the second coaster he's built.
Oh, the worst part, the anticipation, the thrill. Now watch the pros. Watch the pros and take a look at pictures that I've taken on trips and try and figure it out, draw sketches and build a little here, build a little there, and next thing you know, I've got a coaster.
At first I thought it was a big joke, but kept talking about it and you kind of realize, hey, he's serious. And I figured, well, it's better than him working on motorcycles in the living room or something, and kept him out of trouble, so I thought it was all right.
It's one of the few places where an adult can scream out loud and it's okay. Oh, yeah! And it's going.
In Clearfield, Utah, they're now minutes away from the big test, the first run of the pipeline. Because this is a test track, there is no chain lift to tow the train to the top, just a crane. For Randy Giesler, testing a new coaster concept is an event not to be missed.
They don't expect human beings to ride this, do they? That's about the most mutated piece of roller coaster trackage I've ever seen. I think Ron Toomer has finally gone over the edge.
Oh, man, watch out.
For Toomer and Freeman, the key question is, will the coaster coast? Will it get all the way around on its own momentum?
Take this one out, put this one back in. Okay, count to 5 and go ahead. Rig up, rig her down. Go, there it goes. Hooray. Oh, man. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey.
Woo-hoo. As planned. Hey.
Good work, old chap.
As planned.
Hey, that's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Yep. Woo! Stay up there till morning, you guys.
Having passed all its engineering tests, now it's time for the real experience, a run with passengers.
Less than what you let it down before.
Randy Giesler is invited on board. The pipeline's first passengers pronounce it a success. But for Ron Toomer, there's still a lot of work ahead. It'll be another 2 years before the pipeline makes it into the amusement parks. For coaster enthusiasts, there's reason to wait. Another wonderful, queasy thrill is just around the bend. The next generation of the roller coaster.
It seems to me that we weren't put on this earth to sit on sofas and watch the days go by. We were meant to go out and do things, to have the wind rush through our hair, and to grab for all of the excitement that life can offer. A roller coaster, to me, gives you that kind of adventure, that exhilaration that I think can motivate us all to go through the rest of our day-to-day lives.
For Ron Toomer and engineering director Dal Freeman, 3 years' work are at stake.
Isn't that beautiful? You gotta come up just a little. Just wire up a little bit. Give him the easy.
No one knows if the coaster will work, and it's much too chancy to put passengers aboard for the first run. Initial tests will measure speed,
Wild gyration, more like airplane acrobatics.
After years of design work, from sketches on paper to computer graphics to scale models and now to reality, it all comes down to this, the day of the first test.
A coaster that can go down the track and rotate about this axis at the same time that it's doing all the other things. So maybe you can go into a loop. Instead of going up over the top, you get on top and you just turn over and end up right side up all of a sudden. And some other...
acceleration and G-forces in an empty train. If the pipeline actually works, Toomer hopes it will be the prime attraction in amusement parks for the next decade.